Hello and welcome to everybody watching on YouTube. My name is Surjo, and in this video I shall be demonstrating the powers of the new Ibanez Tube Screamer Mini. Now obviously we know a lot about the Tube Screamer and the rich legacy that it holds, especially amongst older genres of music like blues and rock, and what specifically SRV had done for the pedal back in the mid 80s, where as a result of his picking up the pedal, the thing just blew up and became extremely popular. Well, Ibanez have decided to hand us that very same package of tone and grit, but pint size package, much smaller, and that's the Ibanez Tube Screamer Mini. To demonstrate how mini it is, it's sort of, you can see, like it's near the length of my index finger or something like that. Just a little longer than the length of my index finger, and I don't have really long fingers in the first place. So that's what we're going to do. What it is, essentially, what the Tube Screamer essentially is, it's an overdrive pedal. It's an overdrive pedal. So if your amp has a little bit of hotness on it, has a little bit of gain in it anyway, you're not using a completely clean sound, and if you're working with a little bit of extra gain on it, then that's when the Tube Screamers work best. What I'm running through right now is my guitar, which is my Stratocaster, is connected to the Tube Screamer Mini, and the Tube Screamer Mini is connected to my Boss Katana 100. And the Boss Katana 100 there's a line out because it has a beautiful line out. The line out signal is what you're going to be hearing as far as the guitar sound is concerned, the amp sound is concerned. And one of the reasons why I'm choosing the Boss Katana 100 as the amp is simply because it has many amp types. So at one go you can hear what it can do with different amp types as well, like how the pedal sits on top of it. So anyway, we're going to get right into it. This is the clean amp type on the Boss Katana, and you can hear what the actual sound is. So I put a little bit of reverb and delay from the amp itself. That's not from any other pedal. Now what happens is very simple. It has 3 dials. There's the overdrive, there's the tone, and then there's the level. See the red light comes on and the red light goes off. All right. So what the 3 knobs are for, the overdrive is obviously the amount of distortion or drive that you're going to introduce into the signal. The tone is the high frequency roll off. Basically, the lower your tone, the lower you keep your tone, the more high frequencies are rolled off, and the higher you keep your tone, the more of the treble comes in. Now for the level is basically how loud the output signal from the Tube Screamer Mini is. So again, this is what the sound is without the Tube Screamer on. This is the clean channel of the amp, and that's what happens to the sound. Let's say if I reduce the gain, you can hear that even on the lower gain, it immediately adds a depth and a warmth to it. The level here is higher. Obviously, I've kept the level at like 3/4, 75%. Lowering the level. I've just increased my tone to full. You can hear what that does. It adds so much more high frequency into the signal. you can immediately hear the sustain go up much higher. You can also hear the noise come into the signal from the excess distortion. What we're going to do is we're going to pull everything back to near center and clean sound. But now I move on to the crunch sound of the amp. So this is the amp by itself. Now I hit the Tube Screamer. Increasing the tone. Now the tone is at 0. Put the tone back on full. Lowering the drive. So even on the low drive, even in the crunch channel, you can see that it makes it thicker, fatter. There are benefits to be had. You can hear how extremely saturated the sound is. This level of sustain. And this is the sound minus the Tube Screamer. Massive differences, as you can hear. Now bringing the overdrive back to a more normal level. Now we take it to the lead amp type. keeping in mind that I'm not making any changes on the amp. Whatever changes are happening in that small tiny pedal right there. So we start with the center spot. It's on the lead amp type. Even on the minimum overdrive, you can still hear that it actually cuts off a little bit of high end and things like that once it is turned on. Really try and make it nasty. Turn the tone up, you can hear the noise creeping in. It doesn't matter, doesn't matter. So there you have it. That's what the Ibanez Tube Screamer Mini is about. The reason why I chose to do it over many amp types, different amp types, is so that you can hear what it can do and the tone saturation and things like that it brings. The beautiful warmth in the tone, the way the gain is, it's just so classic blues. But even then, you could hear that it has so much bite. It could be easily a great rock vehicle as well. As always, pedals and amps, and they are just tools for you to use. And with the iconic sounds like the Tube Screamer sound, they have been used already tremendously. So the blueprint is there for it to be used in certain kinds of ways, or you can even push the boundaries. You don't have to stick to what Stevie Ray Vaughan had done. You can always go ahead and make your own interpretation with the sound, because like play it on different amp types and you can see what it does. And the thing is, because it is so small, first thing first, because it is small, that doesn't mean it lacks tone. I mean, you guys just heard that. Doesn't lack any tone, but it is so small. It is, I don't know, like it's like holding a pair of big dice in your hand or something. That's how small it is. Easily fits in, like, you know, easily fits in the grip over here. And the thing is that it takes up such less space on your pedal board, but it delivers such a big punch. You know, compared to any regular size pedal, this is like, you know, it's saving space. You can put in like an extra larger pedal, like, you know, some of the larger delay pedals and things like that. You can put that in there, and this is going to give the same Tube Screamer sound, but it's not going to take up so much space. Fantastic, fantastic. So this is my review for the Ibanez Tube Screamer Mini. I hope that this review helps y'all. I thought that maybe, you know, maybe the tone wouldn't be that strong. The tone is really strong. You guys could hear that, right? The tone is really strong. I mean, you're going to need noise suppressors and things like that to work through this, you know. It's really strong once the distortion kicks in. So it's fantastic. So it's really great. I'm going to finish this video just by playing some. And you guys, till next time, take care. Yeah.